Hello and welcome to our next game in the round of 64. We're in the East and it is Virginia Commonwealth University Rams, VCU, who are the 8th seed, and their opponents are the University of Central Florida Knights, who are the 9th seed. The lineups for Central Florida: point guard BJ Taylor, small forward Aubrey Dawkins, center Taco Fall, power forward Colin Smith, and shooting guard Terrell Allen. For VCU, point guard Marcus Evans, small forward Isaac Van, center Marcus Santos Silva, power forward Corey Douglas, and shooting guard Deontay Jenkins. After my little experiment with cutting the number of cards down, I've moved it back up to 28. See if there's a bit more scoring, because the last game and the team that are waiting for the winners of this, Duke, who beat North Carolina Central 57-53, a very close game, but quite low scoring. So here we go. The tip-off is between Taco Fall and Marcus Santos Silva, and it goes to the center, which is Santos Silva, so the possession arrow will go to UCF. So VCU have the ball, and it is passed over to the point guard, Marcus Evans. Marcus Evans looks up and passes to Isaac Van, and he double dribbles, and Florida take over. Central Florida UCF now on the attack, and the ball is with the point guard BJ Taylor. Taylor looks up, runs down the court with the ball, and then he drives to the basket and he shoots as the buzzer goes, and he misses the shot. So under the pressure, he misses a shot. The rebound comes off the defense and goes out of bounds, so they will have the ball, and Central Florida start again. The ball is moved over to Terrell Allen. Terrell Allen switches it to BJ Taylor, and BJ Taylor then sends it to Aubrey Dawkins, who will shoot, and that shot will miss. So nothing hit yet. 2 shots from Central Florida. The rebound is iced. SF +9 for the defense. So that is going to go to Isaac Van, and Isaac Van will get his first defensive rebound, and VCU get to see what they can do with the ball. Isaac Van switches it over to Deontay Jenkins. Jenkins then back to Van, and there's a lane violation, and that lane violation is by Jenkins. So UCF will take over, and that goes to the point guard. The point guard, BJ Taylor, then can pass to his choice, who will be Taco Fall. Taco Fall switches it back to the point guard Taylor, and Taylor at the buzzer will shoot, and 64 is too high, so another missed shot, and that is then rebounded by Santos Silva, who will start a fast break, and they're both on C. 88 on a C. Wild throw by the point guard Evans, and the ball goes out of bounds, and it's turned over to UCF. Consult the Z chart or the Z chart. Home center must rest, so home is always the highest rated, highest ranked team. So Santos Silva comes out, and coming in his place, we need a big guy because we don't have a spare one, and Michael Gilmore is going to come in, and Gilmore will take over at center. BJ Taylor drives to the basket and shoots. 24 is good, and it's blocked by the power forward if he's a B2 or better. Block is a B10, so it is blocked. So Taylor has a shot, and Corey Douglas blocks that shot, and the block is picked up by Corey Douglas, and they will go on a fast break. .64. The defence gets back, and so VCU will build. Douglas goes up and is fouled in the act of shooting, fouled by 38, which is Terrell Allen. So Terrell Allen gets his first foul, and the first team foul for UCF. Did Douglas score? 63. No, he did not. So it's 2 shots. So Corey Douglas comes to the line. He's a 47 free throw. Couldn't have found better, but he gets the first one. He couldn't have picked a better player, but he did get the first one. And he just misses the second one, comes off the rim, and it goes to the highest guard. 7, 11, 14, 10. So it's an offensive rebound by De'Riante Jenkins. And he will run down the court. Switches it over to Marcus Evans. Marcus Allen. We're in the wrong sport there. And he will switch it over to Corey Douglas, who will shoot at the buzzer and miss. The rebound is going to go to the high centre, but add 2 to the defence, which is going to give it to Michael Gilmore, so it's an offensive rebound. He'll look to switch it out to Isaac Van. Van will then switch it over to Corey Douglas, who will shoot, and he will score, so 2 points for Douglas. And the score is 3-0 to VCU. And UCF take over the ball. Colin Smith drives down the court, switches it over to BJ Taylor. BJ Taylor then passes over to Terrell Allen, who drives to the basket at the buzzer, and he misses. So that's 5 open court shots that they've missed. Offensive centre Taco Fall recovers the rebound and will look to set up again. Switches it over to Aubrey Dawkins, who will shoot, and he misses the shot, but he could be fouled if his foul drawing is greater than 7, which it is. So he misses the shot, and the foul is by Isaac Van in the act of shooting. So Isaac Van fouls Aubrey Dawkins, and Dawkins will go to the line for 2. Can they get on the score sheet? 63 is good. He's got a very good free throw percentage. 83 is his number, and 5. So that one is also made. So the score is now 3-2, and VCU come back from under their basket. It's switched over to Corey Douglas. And there's a defensive foul on Douglas, and the foul is by 73, who is now on the court. So it's Colin Smith. Colin Smith picks his first one up. Second team foul for UCF, and from the sideline he passes over to Gilmore, and he's fouled in the act of shooting, and the foul is by number 28, who is Colin Smith, and that's Colin Smith's second foul. Did Gilmore get the basket in 91? No, he didn't. So Gilmore will go to the line for 2. He's 1 for 2 at the moment. 57 is his number. 26 is good. So that makes the lead 4-2. and 20 is also good, so he's 3 of 4. Can't really complain about that at this time. And UCF come down the court with Terrell Allen, and a timeout is called by UCF. And Marcus Santos Silva will come back in. Let's see who we've got. I like to keep swapping them out so we get these people around. De'Riante Jenkins is coming out and Keyshawn Curry is going to come in. And for UCF, Xavier Grant is going to come in for Terrell Allen. So here we go. UCF have the ball and Xavier Grant drives down the court, switches it over to Aubrey Dawkins, who shoots. 86 is going to miss, so Aubrey Dawkins misses, and the rebound is to the highest offensive rebounder, who is Taco 4. So another offensive rebound, but he doesn't get to shoot. He'll pass it over to Xavier Grant, and Grant will come down the court. He's going to pass it over to Taco Fall, who must shoot. 31, that's well inside, and Taco Fall gets the basket, and the score is 4-5 in favour of VCU. They consult the Z chart. Visiting power forward must rest. So Colin Smith has to come out. And coming in at power forward is going to have to be Ryan Anders. He's the only forward they've got. So power forward Douglas for VCU switches it over to the small forward Isaac Van. Isaac Van then over to Santos Silva, who will shoot. 45. Now let's have a look at the number. 16 minus 7, so that's 9, and 7 is 16, so that is 44, and the number is 45. So the shot is missed, and the rebound goes to the small forward Aubrey Dawkins of UCF. So Dawkins switches the ball over to Xavier Grant. Xavier Grant then switches to Taco Fall, and Taco Fall passes it over to Ryan Anders, who must shoot as the clock is running down. 30, he will miss. Been a lot of misses by UCF. The rebound goes to the defensive power forward Douglas, who will fast break. 61. But UCF get back in time, and so he switches it over to Keyshawn Curry. Curry drives down the court, looks up and passes it over to Isaac Van, who will shoot. 25. So look at the numbers. So 14 minus 5 is 9. 14 off that is 34. And the number is 25. So Isaac Van buries the basket under time pressure, and it's 7-4 to VCU. Central Florida coming down the court with Grant. Grant switches over to Aubrey Dawkins, and Aubrey Dawkins then passes it quickly to BJ Taylor, who will shoot, and the shot will miss. So BJ Taylor shoots and misses. That's 4 attempts he's had and missed. And the rebound goes to the highest defensive rebounder, who is Santos Silva, and they will take a timeout. So De'Ante Jenkins comes back in. They're going to bring Corey Douglas out. Terrell Allen will come back in as shooting guard. And we're going to bring in Cesar de Jesus, or De Jesus, whichever way you want to say it, De Jesus, for UCF. So from the sideline, pass is over to Isaac Van. Isaac Van then switches it to Marcus Evans, and Evans sends it to De'Ante Jenkins, who shoots 57. He misses, and the rebound goes to the defensive center, and they will fast break. 82. The shooting guard misses, so that is a miss by Grant. And the rebound goes to the defensive shooting guard Jenkins, and they will fast break down the court. 6. And the point guard gets the pass, so Jenkins over to Marcus Evans, who dunks it into the basket for 2 more points, and the score is now 9-4 in favour of VCU. They've not been the most prolific shooters, more shots from UCF, but they've not been able to score them. A defensive foul on Grant, and that foul is by 99, who is not on the court, so it's Jenkins. Jenkins picks up his first foul. So we're on the sidelines. Grant goes up for a shot, and he's fouled again. This time we've got 85, and I don't think he's on the court either, so it's Jenkins again. De'Ante Jenkins picks up his second foul, and that's the 3rd team foul for VCU. But can Grant score the basket? 93. No, he doesn't, so Grant will get 2 shots, 2 free throws, and it's 83, so good chance of making him. He makes the first one, steps up to the line, bounces the ball 3 times, and he makes the second one. So the score is now 9-6 to VCU. The centre, Marcos Santos Silva, has the ball, switches it over to Jenkins. Jenkins will shoot a 3. 51, he will miss it. And the rebound will go to the high shooting guard +4, so Xavier Grant gets the defensive rebound. And UCF come up. Grant is driving down the court and is fouled. And he's fouled by 34, and they want this to be on the court because he isn't. Jenkins picks up his 3rd penalty. And so with that, I think we're going to have to make a change here. and they're going to bring in Mike L. Smith. Why you can't spell Michael, I'll never know, but there you go. So 3 fouls by Jenkins, and he's going to be probably out for a long time in the rest of this game, or at least this half anyway. Taco Fall has the ball, switched over to Xavier Grant. Grant, look, and he's fouled in the act of shooting, and this is number 2. And that is Marcus Evans. Marcus Evans picks up his first foul. In the act of shooting, did Grant score? And Grant did score. So Xavier Grant off the bench gets the first points for the bench, and that makes it 9-8, and this extra free throw could tie up the game. And he does. So Xavier Grant drops down the bucket for the free throw and ties up the game at 9-9. So the small forward for VCU, Isaac Van, comes up the court. Consult the Z chart. Time has run out. Elbow foul, and on the defense it's a technical and a personal foul, so this is a big penalty. And it is 19. Taco Fall, so he has a technical foul and a personal foul. So the technical is going to be shot by Isaac Van. And that is made. So now with 5 fouls each, the ball is on the sideline. And the pass is over to Keyshawn Curry. Curry runs down the court, looks up and passes to Silver, who will drive to the basket and miss. The rebound will go to the high center, +5, so that's 34. So Taco Fall gets the defensive rebound, and a timeout is called by VCU. So Douglas is going to come back on. Deshaun Curry is going to switch over to the shooting guard, and BJ Taylor comes back in. As does Colin Smith. Terrell Allen will sit out. So BJ Taylor's done his time. Colin Smith has done his resting time. Corey Douglas has done his resting time. I think Marcus Evans I brought in. Can't remember. No, I brought 2 back in. So I did, so there we go. So Taco Fall has the ball on the sidelines, switches it over to Colin Smith. Colin Smith then looks up and sends it to Dawkins. Dawkins over to the point guard PJ Taylor, and Taylor will shoot and he will score. So Taylor on the 5th attempt gets his first bucket, and that's the first lead for Central Florida in the game. I don't know if, well, maybe not. I think they actually got the free throw first, but anyway, it's been a while. Small forward Isaac Van has the ball for VCU, switches it over to Keyshawn Curry, who is fouled in the act of shooting, and that foul is by 24. who is Colin Smith, and that's his third. The foul is no good, so Curry will get 2 free throws. And before that, they're going to look for a power forward to come in, which they don't have, of course, so they're going to have to bring a small forward in there. So Colin Smith is going to come out, and Ryan Anders is going to come in. Have we got a centre yet? Chad Brown is going to come in for Taco Fall. He's on 3 fouls, and that is the 6th foul, so the 2 free throws for Curry is 58 is his target, so he misses the first one and he gets the second one, so that will tie the game up. Ball is quickly moved over to Chad Brown, who will take a shot and he will miss. So we've just gone on the court and a bit of enthusiasm there, tried to get the basket. Rebound to the highest SF and add 10. So that is going to go to Isaac Van. Isaac Van gets the defensive rebound, sends it over to the power forward, Douglas. Douglas then, there's a line violation with the pass attempt, but he stepped up the line and that will send it back to UCF, and UCF will come down the court with Taylor. Taylor then passes over to Xavier Grant, and Grant will then pass it back to Taylor, who will shoot, and the shot will miss. The rebound will be picked up by Isaac Van, who will send them on a fast break. 27. Van passes it to Santos Silva, who dunks the ball, and VCU go back into the lead. And the ball is passed over to Chad Brown, and at that point we're going to have to shuffle the deck and get ready for this second part of the first half. So here we are with 10 minutes left in this period, and Chad Brown has the ball, switches it over to Aubrey Dawkins. Dawkins then to Anders, and Anders passes it over to point guard Taylor, who must shoot, and that is a miss. Is it 1 of 7 so far in this game? And the offensive centre takes the rebound, Chad Brown. And he looks up, switches it over to Xavier Grant. Grant to Dawkins. Dawkins back to Grant, who will shoot. And Grant will shoot and miss. And the rebound is by Marcus Evans, and they will break. 73. The UCF defense get back, but he's fouled, and the foul is by 22. He's not on the court, so it's BJ Taylor, and that will take Marcus Evans to the line with a 1-on-1. We're looking at 77, so the first one is 28, so he makes that. So he makes the first one, gets the second one, and with the second one, rolls around the rim but drops, and so Marcus Evans 2 for 2 from the free throw line, and 15-11 is now the lead for VCU. So BJ Taylor brings the court down the line for UCF, and he switches it over to Aubrey Dawkins, who will shoot, and he will miss. And that will be left in the hands of Deshaun Curry, who starts a fast break, 82. And he will miss the shot. The rebound goes to the highest SG at 5. So Xavier Grant gets the defensive rebound, his second of the game, and he'll start to rebuild, and he gets fouled as he's coming down the court, and the foul is by 65, not on the court, so Keyshawn Curry picks up that, and that's the 6th foul, so now they're both in the penalty. So we're on the sideline with UCF. Grant switches the ball over to Anders. Anders gives it back to Grant, and then Grant will send it over to Aubrey Dawkins, who will shoot, and he will miss. That's 4 shots attempted from open court and 4 misses. The rebound is over to the power forward on the offense, who is Ryan Anders. Gets the offensive rebound, looks up, switches it to Dawkins. Dawkins will shoot, and he'll miss again. That's 5 misses. And they call a timeout. So, a second timeout taken by UCF. And we're looking for a small forward to replace Dawkins. So Dawkins is going to come off. Taco Fall is available, but he's not going to be coming on. Anders will move to small forward, and Colin Smith is going to have to come in at power forward. They're really short of forward, so he's going to come in at power forward. Isaac Van is going to come out, and Vince Williams is going to come in at small forward for VCU. And UCF begin from the sideline. So the pass goes to Colin Smith. Colin Smith then moves it over to the shooting guard Grant, and Grant sends it over to BJ Taylor, who must shoot because the clock is running down, and he will miss. The rebound, it's been given as offensive goaltending, so it's a defensive rebound for VCU, and they will pick the ball up. Quickly played to Corey Douglas, who will shoot, and he will score. So Corey Douglas shoots and scores, and he's also fouled on the play, 46. That is Chad Brown, and they needed that because Colin Smith was the other option. So Chad Brown fouls. That's the 8th team foul, but the basket went in, so he gets an and one. And he scores the extra point, pushing the lead now to 18-11. UCF need to get a bit of control in the game now, and the visitors' point guard must rest. So that's BJ Taylor, he has to rest. So Cesar de Jesus comes back in again, and the ball is immediately sent over to de Jesus. Switched it over to Grant, and Grant is fouled in the act of shooting by 94, who is not on the court, so it's Deshaun Curry. And that, did Grant get the basket? He did, so that's 2 for Grant. So Xavier Grant is 2 for 4 on the day, and his free throw, 3 for 3 at the moment, and he's 4 for 4, perfect from the free throw line, and it's 18 to 14. Because Sean Curry brings the ball down the court, passes it over to De Silva. De Silva then runs into the basket and shoots, and he misses, but he could be fouled if his FD is greater than 19, which it isn't, so it's just a miss for De Silva. And the rebound is the highest SF, so the highest small forward, and that is Vance Williams for an offensive rebound. He will look to build up, and he'll send it over to Corey Douglas, and Douglas is fouled, and he's fouled by 6. And again, they need to be lucky, and they're not. So Colin Smith gets his 4th foul, and that's the 9th team foul. So UCF are going to have to take their 3rd timeout. Wow. We're going to bring Frank Betts in. The junior Frank Betts comes in to play power forward, and we have a one-on-one for Corey Douglas, and he misses the first one. So, and the defensive shooting guard Grant picks up the ball and starts a fast break, 15, and the shooting guard Grant scores on the fast break. He's 3 of 5. He's been the best scorer so far. Point guard Marcus Evans has the ball, comes up the Z. There's a trap, so they lose one of their passes. So this goes to the small forward Vance Williams, who must shoot now. 50. So 27 is below, so he's going to miss that. Vance Williams' first shot is going to miss, and the rebound will go to the highest small forward with a +9, and that is going to be Ryan Anders, a defensive rebound. Problem they've got is they've got so many players in foul trouble, and Anders will begin the move up the field to De Jesus. De Jesus then back to Anders. Anders will then pass it back to De Jesus, who must shoot. 49. Right, so look at this. We've got 9 minus 2 is 7, plus 5 is 12. So that is below. So De Jesus misses the shot. The rebound goes off a defender, so it's a team offensive rebound, and they'll take it at the sidelines and build up. Ball is passed over to Xavier Grant. Grant then over to De Jesus. De Jesus then drives in towards the basket, and he jumps and he shoots and he misses. So that's 2 is missed in quick succession, and it's the highest power forward who has the rebound, and that will be Corey Douglas. So it's a defensive rebound for VCU, and they bring up the ball up the court, and it is with Williams. Williams looking and finding Evans. Evans driving in, and there's a foul on the defense, and this is the double bonus for UCF, and it's 9. And 9 is not on the court, so it's De Jesus with his first foul, but it is the 10th team foul of UCF, and so Evans will go to the line for 2 free throws. First one, he misses it, hits, rolls the rim and comes back out. The second one, he nails it, so the score now is 16-19 in favour of VCU, and UCF bring the ball up the court with De Jesus. De Jesus switches the ball to Ryan Anders, and Ryan Anders then sends it back to De Jesus for a quick shot, and he's fouled in the act of shooting, and that foul is by 52, who is not on the court. Therefore it's Marcus Evans, that's his second. And did he manage to score? He did not. It's 54 minus 5 is 49, and it's 51, so he didn't score. So De Jesus will take 2 free throws. Looking at 72, so his first one is good. Bounces the ball, takes his time, shoots, and that is good too. So 2 of 2 from the free throw line, and we have a 1-point game. VCU. Power forward Douglas has the ball, bringing it down the court, switches it over to Deshaun Curry, who will look up and send it across to the point guard Marcus Evans, who will shoot. And 8, that is going to be good, and he will score to restore a 3-point lead. It's very close though at this time. UCF pass the ball to Anders. Anders looks up, and the ball goes back to De Jesus, and De Jesus then will drive and he will shoot, and he will score. So again, we come back to a 1-point game, and VCU call a timeout. Isaac Van is going to come in at small forward again. His time is done. Aubrey Dawkins is going to come in at small forward for VCU, and BJ Taylor, they're going to leave him out because De Jesus is hitting a better run at the moment. So on the sidelines with VCU, and Santos Silva has the ball. Santos Silva drives to the basket and will shoot, and 63, he will miss, but he's fouled if his PD is greater than 9, which it is, so he's fouled in the act of shooting, and he's fouled by 49. I don't have 49, so it's Chad Brown. And so 2 free throws to Santos Silva. These will be his first 3 free throws, and he's looking at 59. He misses the first one, and he misses the second one, which is an air ball, so it's directly out of bounds, and so there is no rebound, and UCF take over the ball, 1 point behind. The ball is switched over to Grant, who looks up and decides to go down the court. He drives into the basket, and he scores. Grant scores. Xavier Grant scores, and he gives UCF a 1-point lead. VCU, the ball is with Corey Douglas. Corey Douglas looks up and passes it to Santos Silva at the centre, and he will shuffle it across to Isaac Van, who will drive in and he will miss the target. Comes back off the rim, and there's a loose ball foul on the offense. And the offense 96. 96 is not on the court, so is it a defensive rebound? 31. He is not. So it's an offensive foul by Isaac Van. A loose ball foul by Isaac Van, sorry. And therefore, Aubrey Dawkins will take the ball over. It is an offensive foul by Isaac Van. Just look back on that. Yeah, it's off, on the offense. So Central Florida have the ball. Passes it to Grant. Grant will come down the court. He'll drive into the basket as the time buzzer is about to go, and he misses. The rebound then goes to the highest SF, had 4. 15-13, but the 4 will give it to Isaac Van for a defensive rebound. And VCU will bring the ball up, passes the ball and gets it back and will shoot. Isaac Van, 43, and that is going to be good. So Isaac Van hits the basket, put them in the lead, but he's also fouled if his PFD is greater than 10, and it is. So there's a foul coming as well, 67. We don't have a 67, so Aubrey Dawkins gets his first foul of the game. Isaac Van steps up to the free throw line, 3 bounces, and sends it on its way, and it's good. 3 of 3 from the free throw line. Very difficult to say without your teeth in. And 2-point lead, and Central Florida have the ball. Consult the Z chart. Double foul on FT number and this PD, so there's a double foul. $75. Double foul on FD number and his PD, so I assume it's the highest FD number, and the highest FD number for Central Florida is Grant, so it's Grant and Deshaun Curry. And so we'll have a jump ball, and that will stay with Central Florida. The possession arrow will change, and we pass it to Aubrey Dawkins. Aubrey Dawkins coming down the court and switches it over to Xavier Grant. Xavier Grant looking up, sends it over to Burtz, the junior, who takes a shot, 41, and it's not going to go down. His first shot didn't make it. The rebound is coming back to Isaac Van, who will set off on a fast break. 69. UCF defense get back, and so they will build up. Marcus Santos Silva. Santos Silva then offensive foul. And the foul number is 79, or it's the highest FD. And that's Deshaun Curry. And a timeout will be taken. So Deshaun Curry with the offensive foul. We'll go over to the defense and a timeout because Curry is now on 4 fouls. So Michael Sims will come in. Got a lot of foul trouble in this game. Central Florida. The centre, Chad Brown, has the ball. Switches it over to De Jesus. De Jesus drives in and looks at the basket and shoots and misses. The rebound. There's a loose ball foul on the defense. 75. Now on the court. So is there an offensive player? 96. Sorry, 75 is here. Still not on the court. 96 is not on the court, so it's the defense. So it's Marcus Evans fouls, and they will go to the line for 2 shots. So De Jesus comes to the free throw line. He's a 72 and he gets a 71. So he drains that one. And he gets the next one too. So that's tied it all up at 24-24. And VCU take the ball. Pass to choice of 8, and we don't have anybody with an 8, so Santos Silva is getting the ball. Switches it over to the point guard, Marcus Evans. Evans then sends it to Michael Smith, who will shoot. And he will miss. The rebound for that will go to the Heist centre. Who is Santos Silva. And he will shoot. .24, and that is good, but it can be blocked if the power forward is a better block than 2, and he isn't. So Santos Silva gets the rebound, puts it in, and restores the 2-point lead that they had. UCF with Grant. Grant then switches it over to De Jesus, who will shoot, and he will nail the basket to tie the game up again. Marcus Evans consulting the Z chart. Visiting point guard must rest, so De Jesus has to come out. So BJ Taylor will come in. No, he's not coming. He's only got 1 foul. Been keeping him out for a long time. He must have had a little injury, but they brought him back in. And the point guard Evans brings it up, and he'll shoot. His 4 shoot. 64, and he will miss. So Marcus Evans at the buzzer, and we go into half time at 26-26, all tied. So the second half should be an interesting second half. We'll be back with that in the second half video. So hope you're enjoying this game, and we'll see you shortly.